Today is July the 27th. What were the days of Noah? Jesus talks about the days of Noah and the days of Lot. Continuing on what he said, he has just finished Luke 17:25. First, the Son of Man must endure much suffering and be rejected by this generation. Just as it was in the days of Noah, so too it'll be in the days of the Son of Man. They were eating and drinking and marrying and being given in marriage until the day Noah entered the ark, and the flood came and destroyed all of them. Likewise, just as it was in the days of Lot, they were eating and drinking, buying and selling, planting and building. But on the day that Lot left Sodom, it rained fire and sulfur from heaven and destroyed all of them. It'll be like that on the day when the Son of Man is revealed. So what Jesus is saying is that when the Son of Man comes, it'll be much like it was in the days of Noah and Lot. There is impending destruction because of the unjust behavior of the culture. So let's read Genesis 6, see some examples of that unjust behavior.
When people began to multiply on the face of the ground, and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that they were fair, and they took wives for themselves of all that they chose. Then the Lord said, My spirit shall not abide in mortals forever, for they are flesh. Their days shall be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went into the daughters of humans, who bore children to them. These were the heroes that were of old, warriors of renown. The Lord saw that the wickedness of humans was great in the earth, and every inclination of the thoughts of their hearts was only evil continually. And the Lord was sorry that he had made humans on the earth, and it grieved him to his heart. So the Lord said, I will blot out from the earth the humans I have created, people together with animals and creeping things and birds of the air, for I am sorry that I have made them. But Noah found favor in the sight of the Lord. These are the descendants of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless in his generation. Noah walked with God, and Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight, and the earth was filled with violence. And God saw that the earth was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted its ways upon the earth. And God said to Noah, I have determined to make an end to all flesh, for the earth is filled with violence because of them. Now I am going to destroy them along with the earth. Make yourself an ark of cypress wood. Make room in the ark and cover it inside and out with pitch. This is how you are to make it. The length of the ark, 300 cubits, its width 50 cubits, and its height 30 cubits. Make a roof for the ark, and finish it to a cubit above, and put the door of the ark in its side. Make it with lower, second, and third decks. For my part, I am going to bring a flood of waters on the earth, to destroy from under the heavens all flesh, in which is the breath of life. Everything that is on the earth shall die. I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall come into the ark, you, your sons, your wife, and your sons' wives with you. And for every living thing of all flesh you shall bring 2 of every kind into the ark, to keep them alive with you. They shall be male and female, of the birds according to their kinds, and of animals according to their kinds. Every creeping thing on the ground according to its kind. 2 of every kind shall come in to you, to keep them alive. Also take every kind of food that is eaten, and store it up, and it shall serve as food for you and for them. Noah did this. He did all that God commanded him.
Now it's interesting here in Genesis 6. We see the behavior that's mentioned. When Jesus talks about that behavior, he says there is a context of suffering and rejection. Genesis 6 does not openly talk about what the people thought about Noah. Now it does a little bit more in Genesis 19, when the angels go to visit Sodom and Gomorrah. There, the men of the village wanted to take the angels and abuse them sexually, talking about their unjust behavior. But also, there's a context of suffering that's mentioned there. 2 Peter chapter 3, verses 3-7 explicitly says that Noah's generation mocked him for building the ark. Now, this is in keeping with Jewish tradition about Genesis chapter 6. All of that aside, what Jesus is talking about is that he will also endure suffering and rejection. Now, he's obviously talking here about his own crucifixion, but he's also talking about what the disciples would face through the book of Acts and throughout the history of the church. Suffering and rejection. Nevertheless, we are called to persevere. So what do we do about this today? Well, we do just that. Persevere. Scripture reading from the New Revised Standard Version by Emily Herrera. If you have a question about anything that we've said, drop it in the comment section below.